Hi, I'm Danny Nightmare.
I'm Gory B Movie.
We're gonna do a prediction video. I think the pre-show is just starting, so whatever. We're gonna go ahead and jump into this.
We do what we want.
Yeah, Clash of the Champions. I don't really like watching the pre-show anyways. There's usually a match or two on there, but it's a lot of talking.
And they always interrupt it with tons of
More
ads and stuff for the show that we're gonna watch anyway.
Exactly. Anyways, so we owe you punishments. Those are coming soon. We've been really busy. Gory's got a new job. I've been working a lot of hours as well. Plus, we had one open window, but we used it to go see the Misfits. Sorry, but we will film those punishments soon.
Do you love the Misfits? Hey, Monty G is here.
Monty! Yeah, we're better than a pre-show. Monty's watching us. How you doing, Monty? You can do predictions with us.
Nice.
I think Monty has a prediction video on his channel. Go check that out if you get a chance. Anybody
also,
who watches this.
We work nights, so we just woke up. So
yes.
Yeah, well, this is we don't give up.
I woke up really early to train some students, but then crashed. We just woke up again.
All right, are you ready?
All right. So
are you ready to rumble?
We'll start off with the Cruiserweight title. It's a three-way. Drew Gulak will be defending against Humberto Carrillo, which I think I just butchered that. And
Humberto Carrillo.
Yeah.
I can't do the rolling my R's. Carrillo.
Okay. And Lince Dorado.
Okay. Whoa, that is a pretty cool looking mask. I'm going to say that right now.
He is from Lucha House Party.
I like it. It's pretty cool.
I'm just gonna say, though, Drew retains. I don't know. I just think he's going to. For me, that's where I'm going. I'll be honest, I have not been following this feud on
I haven't been following it either.
So.
Again, really busy with the new job, so I have no idea what's going on here. My instincts say Drew retains, though. I really like that mask, and I kind of want to give him a nod.
Hey, if he wins, Lince Dorado wins. That's pretty sweet. So, but I just think Drew's win. Monty agrees with us. Monty's prediction video is up.
Put me down as a Drew with an asterisk. If we don't have enough different at the end, I'll change it.
So we were out at Misfits. Otherwise, I probably would have checked it out. But you should if you're watching this. Monty is hilarious and great at all things, horror and wrestling.
All the things.
He got it down. All right, so we're all just gonna agree on the Cruiserweight title there. Now, whatever. United States Champion AJ Styles is defending his title against Cedric Alexander. Who do you got and why?
AJ Styles, because really, you think they're going to let a new guy take that off of AJ?
They might.
I don't think it's happening. I don't think they're going to give that new guy that big of a push. They're going to make him earn it.
Cedric's kind of getting a push these days, but he's also kind of not.
Isn't Cedric a face?
Yes, he's a face.
I think if it's face against face, I also still think AJ comes out on top.
Well, AJ's a heel. He's
the
leader.
Heel?
He's the leader of the club. Remember?
What? I don't.
He's got the two minions, the two ball guys. The club.
I don't know. I'm going with AJ Styles.
Yeah, me too. Because I think he's gonna cheat with his backup.
I'm not an AJ fan, as anyone who's watched our predictions knows. So I apologize for my lack of AJ information. I don't know. He rubs me the wrong way.
Leader of the club. I think Cedric probably gonna beat him for the title, just not at this pay-per-view. I think maybe the next one.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep, he will be defending his IC title against The Miz.
Now, I do love Shinsuke Nakamura. I do love The Miz. Like, I love The Miz. I'm a Miz fangirl. And I love Shinsuke Nakamura, though, too.
He'll probably have Sami Zayn ringside helping him out.
One thing I will say is I don't think they use Shinsuke Nakamura well. I think he deserves more of a push from the WWE. I think he's been misused by the company. I think since his heel turn, they have really done a poor job booking him.
Yeah.
But The Miz is pretty steadily used well, I think. I was surprised that they gave him the Intercontinental Championship belt to begin with, just because they have been just treating him so poorly.
I have a feeling Finn Balor kind of pitched that because he's the one who dropped it to him. And I think since we knew that he was leaving, he was going to lose to The Fiend, but he wanted to lose his belt before even doing that. I think he was trying to, like, give Shinsuke the rub there. But, I mean, the only thing they're doing good with Shinsuke now is he does have the belt and Sami Zayn's, like, his manager now. And that's
good.
That's the momentum, and they've been using him a little better. Not a whole lot, but a little better. The Miz, though, I think he might win this because if he wins this, he can, like, they could start...
What's the storyline here? Do you know what the storyline is?
The Miz is gonna... He's tired of the Intercontinental title just not being a prestige title anymore. But I think what the point is there's only one person that's really held the belt as many times as the Miz has, and that's Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is now the AEW title. I think they're going to want Miz to win it because that way they can be like, okay, well, now he's had it the most. He's the best Intercontinental Champion of all time. We can kind of erase Jericho from the record books because they're very spiteful in WWE.
Yeah, I feel like Miz pretty consistently gets a little push, you know, like when they see that it's been a while since they've, you know, given him something to do, they give him something, and I think we're back to that time now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say The Miz. Also, I just really love The Miz.
I'm happy with either one of them. I kind of want Shinsuke to keep it just personally because he hasn't had
Monty says Nakamura, and I think it could go either way.
I'm hoping actually Monty's right. I'm going to say Miz.
If you're hoping for that, why don't you pick Nakamura?
Because I don't think he is. I hope Monty's right, though. But I think they're spiteful enough to where they're gonna try and screw Jericho by pushing Miz.
I think you just know that I'm really good at predictions, and you're just piggybacking on what I'm
you
picking.
think that? Huh?
Okay, we know what's gonna happen here because if there's, as much as I love The Miz, what do I really love?
You love the New Day.
It's a new day. I love me some of that New Day. I love me some of that Big E, dude. Just love him. I just want to eat him up with a spoon. I just want to just squeeze his little buttocks. He's just adorable.
So, who do you got and why here?
We didn't
even say who the New Day. They're fighting the Revival, by the way.
Yeah, no. I do love the New Day more when it's the three of them.
Kofi's got his title too. He's just in a different match.
I know, but I don't like them separated. I like my boys all together. But I'm gonna say, I don't know. I think the Revival could possibly take it. I think it could go either way. But I am not picking the Revival because I don't bet against the New Day. I don't bet against them. What are you picking? I think you should pick Revival because I really think
you
it can go
do
either
think
way.
that, don't you?
Honestly, the Revival has a pretty good chance. You pick what you want. I don't care.
I will. I don't
Monty
really
is
think
saying
they
New Day.
are. I think you guys are right, but
Look at Big E's sweet little face. Oh my God, he's just pure sunshine and light. You know, like, you know how they say, like, what if God was one of us?
I have to go New Day.
If God was one of us, he is Big E. Like, seriously.
I'll probably regret it if the Revival win, but I have to go New Day because
Look at
I have
his
a reason
sweet
for this.
face. Like, Xavier Woods is trying to be cute, but you just can't out-cute Big E. He is the cutest. I adore him.
All right, for the women's tag team titles, we got Fire and Desire challenging Twisted Bliss.
Hello, Mandy's boobs. They're in a cage.
They are.
I'm kind of loving the whole Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross thing going on.
Me too.
Oh, look at their new shirt. It's got Nikki on it.
Mm-hmm. She's like standing she's like right behind her, like, look at me, I'm here too.
I'm sure I'm predicting stuff wrong because so far I haven't had a belt change prediction yet. I just don't see Fire and Desire taking it off of them. But I know I probably should be picking a belt change. Though I remember there's been a couple pay-per-views where no belts changed.
It happens, it's just not very often. Usually one does.
I'm going to have to stick with Alexa and Nikki. I don't think Fire and Desire is going to take it off them. It could happen. It could happen.
I can't bet against the goddess.
Are you just going to pick the same as me so we have no punishments?
This doesn't, no, I don't know. I just don't think Fire and Desire's got this.
I don't think Fire and Desire, and this may get some hate, but I just don't think they are at the level of Bliss and Cross. I don't think they are the competitors that are going to take that belt, and I don't think they're the competitors that deserve to take that belt.
And I don't blame Mandy Rose for this by any means, but she is so horribly written when it comes to storylines. They're always like, it's because you're hotter than your opponent, and that's why you're mean to them. That's why they started this feud, because she called Nikki ugly. She'll never look like me. It's not Mandy's writing. The writers that's how the writers like to write Mandy Rose. They like to have a woman that does that. Remember when she was even feuding Naomi and she was trying to seduce one of the Usos? It's just the thing. Like, I'm hot.
Lame
she goes around holding her fitness magazine, which is cool.
It's insulting to women.
It's cool that she has a fitness magazine, but they just make her hole around and show everybody, look, I'm on a magazine. It's like, ugh.
It's insulting.
It is, but that's the writers, and they wanted Emma to do that gimmick, remember? But Emma didn't want to do it, so she got fired, and they gave it to Mandy Rose. It was going to be Emmeline. Now Emma's in AEW, so...
Good for her.
Yeah.
Well...
Raw tag titles.
Fucking Dolph Ziggler. Who's Robert Roode?
Bobby Roode.
I
Glorious.
Oh, yeah.
Glorious.
Okay.
I will be there. I will be there.
I don't know. Didn't recognize him in the picture. I do recognize the song, though.
He's got the mustache going on to look like an old Rick Rude. He's basically, they just said, you're Rick Rude now.
I'm not following this storyline either. Fuck it. I think they retained their belts.
All right. Braun and Seth, huh?
I'm sorry, but Ziggy just doesn't.
I'm going with Ziggler and Rude, though.
He can't. He can't get that belt off the fucking monster.
Well, that's the problem, though. Braun and Rollins, they're gonna fight at the main event, so I think they're just not gonna click.
Well, the main event tonight?
Yeah.
Well, shit, I don't know that. Well.
So I'm going with Ziggler and Rude. But even if it could still doesn't mean they're gonna lose them.
I've seen a lot of feuds that happened even after they won the match, though.
Yeah, they could. It would be even more tension. The tag team champions going at each other at the main event.
I'm gonna still stick with them. I just don't ever bet on Ziggler. Whenever I bet on Ziggler, it bites me in the freaking foot.
Yep, G's gonna go with me here on the glorious Ziggler.
I think it really...
Oh, Rudolph. There you go. That's their name. Rudolph. The internet's been calling them that. Not just me. I didn't make it up.
Scroll.
It's not their official name, though. Alright, so for the SmackDown Women's Champion, we got two of the horsewomen here. We got Bayley, who's a heel, defending against Charlotte Flair, who's a heel. This is going to be awkward.
Charlotte Flair. Don't pick the same thing as me.
I'm not.
Good.
I'm going with Bayley, actually.
Good.
I'm going to go with Bayley. You go with Flair.
Look, you can see my rib cage.
Yeah. Oh, now.
It's a cage.
See mine, too, through my belt. Hers through her Asuka shirt. Oh, by the way, not that she needs it from my tiny little channel, but Asuka, brand new YouTuber. So, if you didn't know about that, go check out her channel. It's pretty funny.
I don't know, maybe the Gory B Movie channel where there's some fantastic horror reviews.
Of course,
I've heard.
But this is a wrestling channel, so I'm shouting out a wrestling channel.
I predict on this channel.
No, on Gory you don't.
I don't see
subscribe to Horror Addicts and Gory B Movie as well. Okay.
Or just subscribe to Gory B Movie, you know.
Asuka's got a cool new channel. It's called, like, Kana-chan. It's pretty hilarious. It's a gaming channel for the most part, but...
Competition.
She's already, like... her first video, and she already had, like, thousands of people. Not as good as Jack Black did, though.
Wait a second. Batista's in Gear 5? Sweet. Sorry, I'm looking at the ads.
I think, he's DLC, but I don't know.
I don't know what Gears 5 is, but
I played and beat the first two Gears of War. They were cool, but I haven't played 3 or 4.
Oh, these Gears are going to war, huh? I don't know.
It's just aliens invading Earth, and they have cool chainsaw
With
guns.
Batista, who is an alien?
It's a gun that's also a chainsaw. It's pretty cool.
I like that. All right, go up. What else is happening
Monty G's going with Charlotte as well.
Well, because Monty G knows what's up. And
all right. Rowan, who tried to murder Roman Reigns, even with Daniel Bryan not knowing about it, because Rowan then beat up Daniel Bryan as well.
This storyline right here.
It's a pretty crazy storyline. There was even a fake Rowan at one point, and then they didn't mention him ever again. And then, like, I don't know. Roman Reigns wins.
Fun trivia.
No
That's the
DQ.
same face Roman Reigns makes in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they've done a pretty good job of building Eric Rowan up, even though the storyline has been silly as all hell. They have still made a monster out of him and made him all powerful. He hasn't looked as strong since he was in the Bludgeon Brothers, but he's not beating Roman Reigns. I think the whole point is what they do. They did it for John Cena all the time. They did it for Hulk Hogan all the time. Roman Reigns is just this generation where they build up this monster just for the hero to slay the beast type thing. I think that's all this is.
No disqualification match.
Yep. Though, who knows?
So I think that's going to show
Daniel
that,
Bryan might get in the way.
well, I think that's going to show that Rowan's going to do some dirty shit because he can't be disqualified.
Yeah. I think if Rowan does win, it's because Daniel Bryan tries to help Roman, because Daniel Bryan's like somewhere in the middle of this. He does not condone Eric Rowan's actions, but then accidentally helping Rowan.
I do firmly agree with you that Roman Reigns does consistently win. There's a couple things I'm going to say to counter that. And this is why I'm going to pick Rowan. One, he has just had a comeback. He was almost universally hated his first run, as Roman Reigns. Then he got cancer. He came back. He got a little bit of pop because everyone was happy that he was healthy. He's starting to get booed again. And WWE has been trying, they say anyway, to book better, to book what the fans want. If he loses this, that would be a very smart way to get the fans to be like, oh no, that guy tried to kill him. We gotta root for Roman. That would be a good way to make him kind of the underdog, and then ultimately when he slays the beast, he's earned it. I think that's a better storyline. Now, WWE doesn't always pick the better storyline, but I'm going to go with Rowan because it is a better storyline, and it is the smart marketing move if they want to continue to make Roman Reigns a face.
I don't disagree with that. I am going with Roman Reigns, though, because I think just basically what Vince is doing lately is like, I still want to push my boy, I still love my boy, and have my storylines with my boy. As long as I keep him away from the title, the crowd seems to kind of like him. So... no, and he's not going for no title.
Light behind you. I don't think
Yeah. But that's where I'm going. Oh, Monty's going with me though, but he says you have a good point.
I said, I am not surprised in the slightest if he does. But I do think that would be the smart move, and I don't dislike Roman Reigns as a person or as a wrestler. I dislike the way that he is booked and the way he is used.
Usually written.
Yes, and I think a lot of people want to like him.
Yeah.
And I think if they do let Rowan win this one, that is a good way to help the crowd. Like, let us like him. Let him earn it. We just don't want to see a guy who's not earning it.
I think, there's a good chance he could win. I think Daniel Bryan will make an appearance of some sort during the match. I don't know what he'll do, but I think it could cost either one of them the belt. Like, I think if anything, one of them will be distracted by Daniel Bryan, and they'll lose. I think that way they both look strong no matter who wins.
The other thing is this. One, they've pulled out the biggest sin in wrestling rivalries. You don't try to kill another opponent. They've had that. Two, this is a no disqualification match, which means Rowan can get dirty, and he can win dirty, and he can use unfair tactics to win. Which doesn't make Roman, God, this is confusing. It doesn't make Roman look weak if he loses to a guy who's essentially cheating, but not getting punished for it because no disqualification.
Yeah.
So, I'm sticking with my pick.
Though I would say it's like the second biggest sin. Attempted murder is that actual manslaughter / abortion has been the biggest sin in wrestling. Because there's been a couple abortions like,
Yeah, I would say of the PG-13 era.
Yeah, the PG era now, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
But back in the Attitude Era, there was some abortions that happened.
Oh, boy.
That's technically murder, kind of.
Let's not get into that,
Yeah.
please.
All right.
We're not that channel.
No. I'm just saying, like, someone died storyline-wise.
Okay, so this is a tough one because you know how I feel about my new day. It's a new day.
Yep.
I love my pancake power. I love my Kofi Kingston. I love my Big E. Love him.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is why I had to go with New Day earlier, because I really think Kofi's losing this one.
Kofi has been on an amazing streak, and it is well deserved because Kofi, I will say, is one of the most talented wrestlers in the business. Mm-hmm. It is about freaking time that he got this push, but he has had it for a while, and you know how they love, it's Triple H's boy right there, Randy Orton. they love to give
Oh,
him
yeah.
occasional like rubs.
Oh, yeah.
And he hasn't gotten rubs in a while.
He hasn't. I do feel like they messed up last pay-per-view. They should have gave Kofi a good solid win. They had them both lose by like count out, and just the match just got thrown out. And I think that was a really bad idea. And the crowd kind of soured on the end of that match. They were not super into it, and I think that's kind of why they're going to take the belt off of Kofi this time. But they did mess it up. He should have got a good, clean win on Orton before dropping it to Orton. But I still think he's dropping it to Orton. He might get it back, but I think...
Now, Monty makes a very good point here. It says Kingston wins, but by DQ feud will continue. The feud will continue in Hell in a Cell.
That is a very good point.
That is a very good point. And I do not bet against a New Day. I don't. So I'm going to pick my boy, Kofi Kingston. If he loses, we lose together. I am ride or die with my Pancake Boys. Ride or die.
All right. That's a good idea. That might happen. It might go to Hell in a Cell. But, so you got Kofi. All right.
If you are a ride or die New Day fan, pop some emojis in that chat or in the comments below.
Though I still think Orton's going to win. I do think they will go to Hell in a Cell, but that'd be Kofi like kind of getting his rematch. But then Orton would still just retain in the Hell in a Cell.
See, when we bet against a New Day, we reduce pancake power, and you're actually setting them
Power
up.
of positivity.
You're actually setting them up for failure with your negative attitude.
I miss Bootios. And
I do
they
miss
had a very
Bootios.
short-lived ice cream as well. But
I
the
miss
pancakes
Bootios.
thing, they really made that go for a while.
But I miss Francesca won. But you know what? These things happen. So
Poor Francesca won.
I am not reducing pancake power ever,
All
ever.
right.
It's not happening because of me.
Good. I like Kofi. If he keeps it, that's cool.
Oh, hell. So, let's talk about this Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. Now, Becky Lynch has had an incredible run. She was two-belt Becky. She's managed to maintain this Raw's Women's Championship. But if you ask me, she has not, with the exception of Charlotte Flair and maybe Ronda Rousey, had an opponent that's quite up to her level. She just had her last feud, which was, I thought, way beneath her.
Which
So...
one?
The last
Natalya
one.
or Lacey Evans?
Lacey Evans.
Well, Natalya was the last one.
Yeah.
It was okay.
That was kind of a blip.
Yeah. It didn't last too long.
It didn't last either. But again, I like Natalya, but she's not at that Becky Lynch level.
Not on star power.
Sasha Banks is. If there's anyone who can take that belt off of her, it's Sasha Banks.
Exactly, because what they've basically built up is Becky is a modern-day female Stone Cold, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess who always managed to sometimes cheat that belt away from Stone Cold? The Rock. Sasha is basically, I think, being built up as the modern-day female Rock. She would be the Rock to Becky's Stone Cold. There you go.
I'm going to take a huge chance here, and I'm going to vote on Sasha Banks.
I'm going with Sasha, too. That's why I think Bayley's retaining, because I think the two heel girls, Sasha, they lost their tag belts, but I think they're going to stand as the evil heels with their belts, and then Charlotte and Becky will have to chase after them at Hell in a Cell. So I'm going with Sasha.
Damn it, that's a really good point.
But
How many do we have different?
like a couple.
So maybe I should just stick with Charlotte?
I think you should. There's a good
You
chance.
just want to keep the belt.
Hey, never bet against Charlotte, in a sense. All right.
Oh, fucking Seth Rollins and his stupid
Monty's
smug
going
face.
with Becky, though. He's gonna go against us on that one. But I honestly, Becky's super popular. They might make Sasha have to.
They
earn
might
it.
make Sasha work it, but here's the other thing to keep in mind. Sasha did have bad blood with WWE. Sasha left. That's why we didn't have that tag team with Bayley anymore. She was done. I thought she was going to go to
A&W root beer and get herself a burger.
AEW. I always say A&W. I always thought she was going to go to AEW for sure. I am surprised they got her to come back. They had to really sweeten that pot to get her
I'm
to
sure.
come back.
And Becky is her good friend in real life.
I bet part of sweetening that pot was, do you want to get that Raw Women's Championship?
And feud with Becky. 'Cause
Yes.
that's the huge rub. And as we mentioned earlier, really nobody else is on Becky's level. So they're going to need somebody who can eventually take it off to her. It'd be kind of a waste if they didn't use Sasha now while she's hot.
But to play
got the
devil's
momentum.
advocate, to make this stretch out a little bit, maybe they'll make her lose the first one.
Maybe, yeah, or...
I do think it's going to go on for a while, that this ain't going to be over.
Yeah, so There's a good chance Becky will retain, but the feud is not ending tonight.
No, it's not.
But I think Sasha's gonna get it. I think her and Bayley are gonna be the heels with the belts at the end of the night. But I don't know. Flair might win, and Becky.
I missed the Monster. I'm not a Seth Rollins fan. I don't know. Just the guys with the hair and I don't know.
Keep in mind, though, whoever wins this is fighting the Fiend at Hell in the Cell.
Well, who better to fight the Fiend than the Monster? I'm going with Braun Strowman. Strowman.
I would tell you, though, I just assume whoever fights the Fiend is losing to the Fiend. It would be kind of a very...
they're trying to build the Fiend as the new scariest
exactly,
guy in
but
WWE.
if Braun wins it, that's a really short, pointless win for me, I think. He might.
They both move around all the time.
I'm going with Seth.
You know what? I already don't have the belt. I am Haley, living on the edge.
You're going Braun.
I am Gory B. I don't give a what. I taking the chances. And you know who's going to end up with that belt?
Maybe you.
This school right here.
School's not out.
I think Monster versus The Fiend sounds like a fun match.
It sounds like a fun match, but I bet Rollins would give The Fiend a much better match. He could take The Fiend's moves better. He's like a little more his size.
But that's thinking intelligently about like, oh, let's look at their skills and stuff. This is the way I see the WWE currently as run by Vince McMahon. These are all his toys, like action figures. He has his favorites. Like, no, we're gonna play with Roman Reigns, and he's gonna win all the things because he's my favorite toy. But he doesn't think, okay, this guy's got these moves. He doesn't think of it like a video game where they have move sets and different qualifications. It's like, this one's a big monster, and this one's a fiend. Scary. And he's gonna look at that and go, scary, because he does have a second-grade intelligence, and he does know how to match. And he's going to put those two together. The Monster wins.
He might. Okay, because this is also a little more up to Paul Heyman. But Paul Heyman does really he likes both of them. He likes Braun. He wanted him to get a little more in the spotlight. But he also likes Seth. He also knows the Fiend is hot. I'd say Paul Heyman...
The Fiend is so hot right now.
Yeah, so he knows that you got to put that on there. Vince has kind of loosened his grip on Raw to Paul Heyman. He's still got a pretty tight grasp on SmackDown.
That is so hot right now.
He's got a pretty tight grasp on SmackDown because he still doesn't trust Bischoff to run it. He's even yelled at Bischoff for the botched storyline of the weird murder fake Rowan. He's already yelled at Bischoff. But he's pretty relaxed on Raw with Heyman. But that doesn't mean... I know Heyman likes Braun Strowman, so that doesn't really change too much. I mean, Heyman might say, yeah, let's give it to Braun for a little bit. I don't know.
Braun!
I'm just going Rollins on that one though. So I think he's gonna because
Braun is just like them paper towels. He's the quicker picker upper.
He did what Braun couldn't do though. He slayed the beast. Braun lost to Brock Lesnar twice.
You know
Seth
what,
Rollins
Dan?
beat Brock Lesnar twice.
You're just wrong, bro. You're just wrong. Because Seth Rollins, I don't know. I have gotten a little bit bored with Seth Rollins as of late.
Yeah, but that's why the Fiend's getting it next month.
I think it's going to go to Braun Strowman because he's a more interesting pair-up with The Fiend. And just, I don't know, get Seth Rollins that tag team stuff to do.
I'll even give you this, though, but I think Seth retains his title. I think some shenanigans might go down, and it actually might be a three-way with The Fiend in the Hell in a Cell.
I do love a good three-way.
I think it might have some shenanigans there. So.
Yep.
All right, well, that's our predictions. Monty, thank you so much for watching with us. We're going to go check out what's going on the pre-show.
And, of course, we always want to hear from you guys. Which of the two of us do you think is going to win? Living on the Edge, Gory B movie, or Playing It Safe, Danny Nightmare?
Playing it safe, Danny Nightmare.
Current champion, but playing it safe, Danny Nightmare.
Who's got the gold, Danny Nightmare? All right, we owe you guys some punishments. Those will come soon.
Yay!
Thanks for watching, and we're going to go enjoy the pay-per-view. Hope you guys do
Bye,
too.
guys. Love you, Monty.